Oh, no. Hi guys, it's Sarah.
And Alyssa.
Juanita.
And we're here reacting to RWBY Volume 5, Chapter 6, and it's called Known by Its Song. Now, lately, I've been pretty, we've been pretty diligent in knowing, kind of what they were talking about with the titles, but this title, it's I just have no clue.
Well, I think we're probably going to get back to the Yang and Weiss plot that's happening, partly because of the thumbnail, but, you know, so maybe it has something to do with Raven's backstory.
That'd be interesting.
And, you know, birds have, songs, they sing, so that could be interesting.
Yeah.
That's my analyzing of this title before we watch the episode.
Alright, so let's just get right into this. Was Ruby's mom's hair grown out?
Short like hers.
Yeah, it was like hers.
Well,
she looks exactly like her mother, too. Ty has some weak genetics.
Well, yeah.
Well, he's got some of Yang's hair.
That hair is a dead giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Hi, I'm back for more alcohol.
Special.
I'm actually looking for someone. Goes by the name Shiro Wan. Ever heard of him? I heard he's a regular around here.
Who's asking?
Is that wood or bread?
It's wood. It's wood.
Gotta be wood.
It's wood.
If that's what you mean. I need Shiro for a gig. We go way back.
Oh.
Oh, these are the other hunters that he was talking about.
So, he's a friend of yours.
Yeah, I'd say so. He's a pretty alright guy.
Well, in that case, you tell that jerk that he better not show his ugly face in here until he pays me the lead and he owes me.
Did I say friend? I meant acquaintance. Really, we're just colleagues. Anyways, thanks for your time, buddy. I'll just be taking off.
Why are you acting scared?
You don't want to get stabbed with a knife?
Yeah, but he's Crow.
He doesn't have his weapon.
Yeah, he was just healing, too.
That is true.
Okay.
Great start.
What? The guy ripped his own door.
Those two people are just fighting in the background, literally.
Imagine he just finds them all hanging out in one place.
I feel like that would be accurate.
Heather Shields.
That's a fancy name.
Love interest for Crow. Let's go.
Don't you mean, winter?
I mean, that would be accurate.
No, hey there. I'm looking for Heather.
She did.
Look,
Oh.
I've had a rough day. Do you know where she is or not?
Daddy,
Is that Heather? Don't be Heather.
does he know where Mommy is?
Oh, no.
That's so sad.
That's so depressing. Where did all these hunters go?
Well, they said they lost a lot of them.
But are they dead or are they just missing?
Drink. I'm not gonna drink.
Colleague's dead. Drink. This time he's gonna pour one out for the homies. That's so sad.
I'll search him.
Well, I was just searching to destroy.
Yeah, that one was different.
Village security.
Man, they're really being beaten by the Grim.
Or something else.
Good question. Good point.
Maybe somebody will find him.
What? What are back.
You got a lot of nerve showing up back here. Unless you brought that idiot with you.
How much did Shiro owe you?
Well, I'd say about 16,000 lien.
Jesus.
Wait, what? Man, you must be in some serious trouble with him if you're paying me off.
His name is clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he's probably dead.
That's probably why he's doing it.
That idiot.
Aw.
What the?
It's a no fawn
Yeah.
establishment. Damn.
That is some bull to the motherfucking shit.
Explanation time.
Oh, she has a tattoo? Look at
You
that.
can wait
Did
outside.
you see that last?
Thank you.
No, I think I did. It was just a close-up of it. It made me go like, ooh.
So, what's the truth?
What is the
Yeah.
truth? To quote
It's better when
Oprah.
it's hot. You know, you're really obnoxious. The truth is that truth
She's so
is
salty.
hard to come by. A story of victory for one person is a story of defeat for someone else. By now, your uncle has surely told Ruby and her friends plenty of stories.
Well, he's never given me a reason to doubt him before.
That doesn't mean those reasons don't exist.
A fair point.
You know, you and your teammates might as well be the poster children for the Huntsman Academies. Your motives vary, but you all enrolled to try and make the world a better place.
Oh my god, we just said
It's
that.
adorable.
It's what huntsmen and huntresses do.
Not all of them. Some people are just in it for the money and the fame, but there's even more that are just looking to grow stronger. Your Uncle Crow and I didn't attend Beacon to become huntsmen. We did it to learn how to kill huntsmen. Daddy and Uncle left that part out, hmm? Aside from the Grim, huntsmen were the only ones capable of ruining our raids and hunting us down. Our tribe
Well,
needed
obviously,
a
Crow turned
counterforce.
himself around, mostly.
And Crow and I were the perfect age. The entrance exams were child's play compared to what we'd already been through. We were good. So good that we caught the attention of Beacon's very own headmaster, Professor Ozpin.
She's got an axe to
Even
grind
after we
with
were
him.
put on a team, I could tell he was keeping his eye on us. Back then, I thought it was because he knew. But it was Team Stark he was interested in.
What do you mean by that?
Constant attention, extra training missions, turning a blind eye whenever we happened to break the rules and get into more trouble than we should have.
Just like Team Ruby.
Sound familiar?
What's your point?
How much do you know about Professor Ozpin?
A lot.
About his past?
Well, they don't.
They
He
don't.
was a prodigy, one of the youngest headmasters to be appointed to a school.
Because that's how he planned it. Because the man you know as Ozpin designed those schools, and has followers inside every academy on Remnant that are loyal to him and no one else.
That doesn't make any sense. How could he have... No. Why would someone even do that?
Because Old Man Oz has a great and terrible secret. One that could spread fear across the world. One that he eventually entrusted to our team. And once I knew, there was no going back. I needed to know more. But with every new discovery I made, the more horrifying the world became.
Okay, then tell us. What's the big secret? What's so crazy that the rest of us don't know?
The creatures of Grimm have a master named Salem. She can't be stopped, she can't be reasoned with, and she will not rest until humanity crumbles at her feet.
What?
You know you two haven't even touched your tea.
What if it's poison?
Why should we believe any of this?
Now you're catching on. So far you've done nothing but accept what others tell you. But you need to question everything. Otherwise you'll end up just as blind as Crow.
I don't know. No, blind.
And
is
your
the right
fool of a
word.
father.
E.
Don't you dare talk about my family like that!
You need to calm down.
You need to mind your own fucking
Please.
business.
Listen to your friend, Yang. Your teammates never let you down before.
You don't know the first thing about my teammates! About me! You were never there! You left us! Why?
I know more than you realize. Not just about you, and not just what I've been told, but things I've seen with my own eyes. I know the Grimm have a leader. I know people who can come back from the dead. I know that magic is real. And I can prove it. You said Ty told you all about my semblance. Well, I doubt he ever told you what Oz did to my brother and me.
Okay, elaborate, please. Like, I stayed very
Go
quiet
see for
listening to
yourself.
that. I need more.
Mom?
Can she turn into an 80-foot lady too?
Yang, are you okay?
I'll be fine once we could get her to take us to RWBY.
It's okay if
She
you're
looked
not
at
okay.
her arm.
You didn't believe what she said, right?
Of course not. Well, not all of it. It was crazy. We have dust semblances, but I mean, there's no such thing as magic.
Wait, do they
Are we sure?
Do they know about the maidens?
Ooh, that's a good question.
About the what?
I
The
thought
maidens.
Yang and Weiss
A
knew about the
raven?
maidens.
I've
But are the
seen that bird
maidens
before.
magic?
Maybe it belongs to your mom?
Oh, this is gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird and wacky.
So Ozpin did that to them?
How did you do that?
Well, I could explain it to you. Or you could ask your uncle.
You're letting us go?
I'm giving you a choice. Stay here with me, and I'll answer all of your questions and more. We can have a fresh start. Or you can go back to Crow and join Ozpin's impossible war against Salem. And meet the same fate as so many others. But can you really go back to trusting someone that's kept so much from you?
Like you're any better?
That's a good point.
All I care about is making sure my sister is safe.
So you gotta ride through that portal.
Good. I'm glad.
Yang. If you side with your uncle, I may not be as kind the next time we meet.
Yeah, whatever.
You
Raven.
weren't kind this
What the
time
hell?
either.
I know.
This isn't right.
They rode off on
I
that
get one
motorcycle.
or two of them, but all of them?
There's no way.
Raven?
No, it's your
Oh.
knees.
He said, oh.
Oh. Are we gonna get some reunion action?
Probably.
Because I'm excited.
All right, the first batch is just about done.
Awesome! Now we just need Crow and we'll be all set. Do you really think he's going to bring that many people? This is a lot of food.
Well, he did find
I don't know,
huntresses.
but it sounds like we can use
Yeah,
all the help we can get.
Two.
That they already knew.
Better than none.
Be right there!
You're going to overcook that.
No, I'm not. Shut up!
Hey, Ruby.
I'm coming!
You overcooked
Fine,
it.
you take over.
Because Ren is the master cooker.
So, we didn't know how many people were coming, so we just cooked all of it. Yang, I'm so sorry. I should have stayed, and I should have talked to you more. I wasn't sure if you wanted me around it.
She ain't bad.
I love you.
I love you too.
And Weiss is here too.
Basically. He's like, what did I just walk into?
Weiss.
All right, we got 3 out of 4.
She's like, yeah, this is my family. Not that shitty one I left behind. That's a cute background though. Like, look at that stitching. It looks like a holiday sweater. I would wear that sweater.
Well, who do you think's the next person to go to the camp, the tribe's camp?
What do you mean?
The bandits?
Yeah.
Oh.
Blake's gonna get brought there next.
No, I don't know.
JK.
I think it's actually gonna be the bad guys who see them because they seem to function faster than our heroes.
You sound bitter.
They do. They just do. They got their shit more together than
Well,
Team RWBY does. Yeah, come on.
No, I'm not saying they have an all-powerful being on their side.
They have Ozpin. He's an all-powerful.
Ozpin's in the body of a 12-year-old. He can't do nothing right now.
He's an all-powerful being too, though.
He's not, though.
He's learning to be that all-powerful being.
Right.
He's at a starting point again. Salem's like, it looks like Salem's never had to change her form once. Like, it looks like Ozpin's had like a tougher road.
Right.
Like more of an uphill battle to beat her. And she obviously is very powerful.
Alright.
I don't know who to believe now. Because Raven has some very good points.
I think it's somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
To be honest. Like, Ozpin did some bad things in pursuit of good. You know?
But is it a bad thing that she could turn into a crow?
It may be the way that he turned
like,
them.
Right, like was it torture or was it a gift?
Well, to her it might be torture, and to Crow it might be a gift. Like, honestly, people can interpret things differently, and obviously Raven didn't like where she ended up.
And like, honestly, I mean, we always knew that crow was Crow.
Well, you knew a crow was a crow.
Yeah,
yes.
Or like that he used crows. Like, I thought that was like a kind of obvious
But I don't know if the kid
But that's
knew.
not his semblance, remember?
Right.
His
So
semblance
like,
is bad luck.
now that I think about it, it is weird that he can turn into a crow.
Yeah.
You know, like,
and that she can turn into a raven, and they obviously like didn't know.
Yeah, I guess like I just never put it together that it was a weird thing for them to be able to do. You know what I mean? Like, because we always kind of thought that.
I also find it interesting that they doubt that magic exists in this world when there's all this
semblance and auras.
Yeah, and they're like
kind of weird. Like,
which I get it in a way, that they're like, oh, these things exist. These are just how the world is. And then they're like, but magic, that seems a little far-fetched. I don't know. Some people, like, I don't know.
No.
Well, some people consider some of the things science can do like magic in a way, you know what I mean? But like, we're not like magic can exist.
I guess it's just different.
But literally,
from
some
what they
people
know.
can control things with their mind.
Also, like the example of like what even when they encountered what RWBY could do with that whole blasting thing, like
That's
they
true.
didn't think that was a little weird.
I feel like a lot of Weiss's powers are very magical.
They are.
Like her glyphs and stuff. Glinda Goodwitch, like with the wand.
But then again, like the thing with Weiss is that her
is hereditary.
Yes.
But still,
yes.
But still,
the
it's
first
kind
person,
of
it could have been magic bestowed upon them, and then they pass it down throughout their family.
Right.
But I guess semblances became known not as magic in a way. They became known as something else, just an ability people have.
So like an avatar.
Yeah, where you wouldn't necessarily consider that magic, but maybe someone else would.
But in the
You know what I
beginning
mean?
it was.
Right.
Exactly, yeah.
Like in Legend of Korra when they showed the first
Spoilers.
when they showed the first
Spoilers for Legend of
avatar, not everybody could nobody could do anything. It was
Exactly.
bestowed upon them by the lion turtle.
I feel like that's kind of what happened here. Is it used to be considered magic and there was much more like power like to try and figure out, but the way it is now,
everyone pretty
like
much has it.
It's not considered magic. It's I feel like obviously other people can, you know, harness their abilities like more severely and stuff like that, and maybe that's like part of, you know, the magic in a way. So I think it's interesting.
Okay, so but like if we take Raven's side into consideration, if what she says is true, that doesn't really make much of a difference for us. Like, are we like, just because like, you know, Ozpin made some really bad decisions and he did like a lot of bad things, doesn't mean we're not gonna still fight against Salem.
I get where you're coming from. I think what this was trying to show pretty much was just that you shouldn't just fully believe
one side of the story.
Yeah, one side.
Right.
And that you shouldn't believe that Ozpin fully knows what he's doing and that he's always doing the right thing and that his path is the only way
She
to
told her to
finish
question things that you're being
question things, because that's the only way to like really figure out something. Like, people should be questioning Salem too. Like, I hope that comes to effect to, like, people under Salem start questioning her as well.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I feel like this was meant to be like, there's a good and bad to every side.
Like an eye opener.
And yeah, you have to try and find the medium, because that's the only thing you can do.
Right. It's
not everything's black and white, basically.
Yeah. And then this Spring Maiden, it just like, again, it confuses me why Raven has to know that's the Spring Maiden.
I'm sure she does.
But
she
wait,
does.
Yang and Weiss know about the maidens?
No.
They only know.
They know about the maidens.
They don't know.
They don't know.
Only one that knows the other person besides Pyrrha was Jean.
What about Ruby?
Wasn't Ruby down there too? No, you're right. But if Jean was going to tell anyone, he would be able to tell Ruby because they've been traveling.
I thought
they learned that throughout their travels.
Right.
But they were all separated. So Yang, Weiss, and Blake doesn't know anything about maidens and whatnot.
But there's legends about the maidens, but there's no like.
But Ruby knows.
They don't know.
Ruby knows now.
Yes.
Okay.
But they don't know like that the maidens are real and exist and are the only people that can open these relics that can destroy the world
All people that know
potentially.
that now are Ruby, Nora, Ren, and John. Now.
And Crow.
Yeah. Everyone else, they don't know.
Okay, so...
And they're not supposed to know because maidens need to be protected.
Right. So, now that Blake and... I'm sorry. Now that Weiss and Yang have now joined their crew, they're going to learn. But, again, like, it's interesting because Yang hasn't really showed much anger. Except for that one
towards her mother.
Well, she hasn't shown anger really in anything. In a lot of things. It was more of like a calm, like, annoyance. More of anger.
Well, she got angry a little bit there.
She did get a little bit angry.
There's a lot of deep-seated issues with her mother that revolve around her abandonment. So that's obviously a big issue with her.
But I'm wondering, so when when her mother is proved correct in what she was saying, is she going to lose her temper?
Or just join
I don't
her
know
mother?
if she'll lose her temper.
Or just join her mother.
Or join her mother. I think it'll give her question.
She'll be like, okay, so maybe she was right.
Yeah.
But she's like, which side do I want to...
But still, okay, even though Raven said all this mumbo jumbo, why did she still leave her?
Yeah, Raven still has never given her a solid answer about why she left her. She could have, like, not wanted to be a huntress anymore, but she could have still, like, kept up a relationship with her daughter.
Yeah.
And she didn't do that.
Yeah, I think she was just running away from everything. And
She ran away
and
from...
Ty was a part of that, running away, you know?
Yeah. Like, she left... he might have been her husband, he might have just been her boyfriend, we don't know. She left her lover, we'll say that.
Baby daddy or whatever.
Yeah.
He left Yang, like, she fucked up.
well, we actually don't know if she's been running. Well, she's definitely been running away from them, but she's also, like, we don't know what she's been doing in the meantime. She said she's been, like, going around, like, you know, seeing the evil in the world and how it just keeps getting worse and worse. So, like, is she doing, like, something to help in a different way?
I think it's in her way. Because remember in last season, she was talking to him about, like, she was telling Crow, join my side in trying to defeat this evil. It's just not at the extent that Crow is doing it.
It's about keeping themselves alive and not the whole of humanity. Because hunters and huntresses are trying to keep all of humanity alive, and Raven's like, I'm just going to keep my tribe alive.
People that I care about, I'm trying to keep them alive.
Right.
And that's her main purpose.
Also, just not following Ozpin. I think she just, like, has this huge...
She has trust issues because of, you know, she's like, how do you go back to someone that has lied to you?
She obviously has a lot of issues with Ozpin, and I feel like that's why she also didn't want to be a huntress anymore, because obviously Ty and, you know, Crow didn't find as much of a problem with that. And maybe this also has something to do with, no, I was going to say the death of Ruby's mother, but that wouldn't make much sense because she left before then. But it definitely has something to do with the rest of that team, because they were Ozpin considered them special.
Like he does Team Ruby.
Right. The whole parallel thing. Like,
it's very interesting. The thing is, too, I think he also takes a special interest in Team Juniper, but that's also because they're kind of along for the ride. And Pyrrha was the bull maiden.
Yeah, they were all along for the ride because Pyrrha was, they didn't have a choice.
But there, especially in John, there is something
definitely there.
Yeah.
If his semblance is something magnificent and, like, outrageous, then we would know.
But we don't know yet.
Yeah.
When are the answers coming?
Episode 11.
Last time you said 10.
I'm just giving a guesstimate.
Okay.
10, 11.
Alright. So, that, I mean, if we say that Raven is trying to figure out things in her own way and keep her people safe, it kind of makes sense that she brought in and is keeping safe the Spring Maiden.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
In that sense.
Well, because the Spring Maiden is also part of her people.
Now, yeah,
right. Because like we were, because that's what was like confusing before. Like, why would she be running away if, you know, and invite and allow a Spring Maiden inside her tribe? You know, because that's too much attention and too much. But it could also be a security.
I also think that's part of the reason why Yang has so many issues with her, because she so wants to protect these people. Why didn't she want to, like,
protect me?
Do her that with her own daughter? In a way, but like I think it also still comes back to why didn't you take me with you?
Yeah,
in a way.
She didn't try hard enough.
But I
she
don't
knows
think
that.
Yang would have been good in just living as a bandit. They weren't, obviously.
No, she wouldn't have stayed with Raven even if she was the nicest woman to her in that moment. You know why?
Because she left her.
Because of Ruby.
Well, that too. Well,
she left before they had Ruby.
But
right, no, I'm sorry, no, I'm talking about Yang. Yang wouldn't have stayed in the tribe.
Oh, we were talking about her. I was talking about her mom leaving.
No.
Yeah.
I was talking about like Yang, like even if Raven was so nice.
We knew
Yang
she wasn't gonna stay.
If Raven had taken Yang though when she was young, she wouldn't have had that tie.
She wouldn't have had that type of relationship. She wouldn't have had a relationship with Ruby. So it was better for her to stay, but still.
Like, she's always, like, and she probably knows that it's better.
She probably knew that it was better for her to stay.
But it's still that hurt of, like, why didn't my family want me? Why didn't my mother want me?
It's like when someone gets adopted.
Yeah.
They knew it was for the better good, but they're still like, you didn't want me?
Right.
Like, why didn't you? Ooh. This has nothing to do with this, but this is going to be interesting if these questions come up in Riverdale. Because there's some things coming up.
Okay. Well, there's one other thought that I wanted to get out there. Crow and Raven joined the Hunters to kill Hunters.
Yeah. And obviously Crow turned around from that point. And Raven did for a time as well.
Who's to say she did? Well, yeah, she did.
She did for a time. Why would she get with Ty otherwise?
That's crazy.
She obviously believed in Oz's cause at one point, and then, you know, she started to question after a certain point.
Maybe it was after, I don't know.
Something big happened.
Yeah, exactly.
Something obviously happened.
It wasn't, and it wasn't Ruby's mother's death. What was her name?
Summer Rose.
Summer Rose. It wasn't Summer Rose's death because
I feel like it may have some. I feel like it definitely has something to do with the reason why Raven and Crow can turn into birds, and I also feel like it might have slightly something to do with Summer Rose because she also had those silver eyes.
But she left way before Summer Rose died.
I didn't say it had to do with her death.
Oh, okay.
Like her like abilities and stuff, and his interest in and the Silver-Eyed Warriors.
Yeah, I really want to know more about that.
When are we coming back to it?
I know. We're halfway till we catch up. Alright. I say we go to the next episode. Yes?
No,
No.
we can't.
Why?
My mom has company coming over.
We can't do a 20 more minute episode.
We're going to the mall.
I just said my mom has company coming over.
Alright. Okay. Well, bye.
And we have the mall to go to, so.
Alright. Give this a thumbs up if you liked it.
Tell us your thoughts about what's happening.
We didn't even talk about that reunion because we were just so distracted with
was
everything
cute.
else.
It's nice, sweet, bada bang boom, to the point.
We had a lot more to get into the minutia.
Oh, we have, wait. I'm sorry. We have the mystery of all the missing, huntsmen.
That's really interesting. Hopefully they bring that up again.
They're probably all dead.
Yeah.
Or they're being trapped somewhere.
Where?
In the Cowardly Lion's Forest.
I guess.
I don't.
They're probably dead.
They're probably dead.
They're probably dead. Alright. Thank you for watching. Peace.
Peace.